There's something sinfully delicious about mixing sweet and savory, and that's exactly what we've done here by pairing a decadent maple cupcake and topping it with bacon candy. So the first thing that you want to do is mix all of your dry ingredients into a bowl and set it aside. So I'm going to start by adding our flour, baking powder, baking soda, salt, and our ginger. And this ginger is going to give it a little bit of a spice, almost like that French toast taste. All right, I'm just going to mix this together and then just set this aside. So now I'm going to beat our butter and our sugar on medium speed until it's light and fluffy. Great, so that looks really nice and fluffy. So now I'm going to add our eggs one by one. And another tip is to be sure to crack your egg into a separate bowl just in case you get some shells in there or maybe the egg isn't good. Just plop it in. Get that other egg in there. Then we're going to add our vanilla. And then while the mixer is on, we're going to slowly incorporate that maple syrup. And be sure to get fresh, real, 100% maple syrup. It's going to make all the difference in your cupcakes. Oh, that maple syrup smells fantastic. All right, now we're going to alternate adding our dry ingredients with our buttermilk. So I'm going to add 1/3 of our flour, mix it, 1/3 of our buttermilk, mix it until it's all combined. Don't forget to scrape down the sides as you're mixing. You want to get all those ingredients into your batter. One final whip and I think we're almost done. Oh, this looks so good. This is exactly how your batter should look. Light and fluffy and oh, it smells so good. Now we're going to stir in our nuts with some other fun ingredients that you could add in would be cooked breakfast sausage or even candied bacon. While your oven is preheating to 350 degrees, you're going to fill your baking cups. Look how cute these liners are. You know, I think what's great about this recipe is that they're perfect for a brunch because it's kind of like the best of both worlds. You have the breakfast ingredients, but then you also have that dessert aspect with the maple. A cool tip is to use the ice cream scoop when you're filling your baking cups. That way you get the same amount and they're going to be perfect, just like at the bakery. And now that our oven is preheated to 350 degrees, we're going to pop them in and let them bake for 20 minutes or until a toothpick comes out clean. While our cupcakes are baking, I'm going to make a simple maple buttercream frosting. It's just 3 ingredients: real butter, powdered sugar, and real maple syrup. And now we're just going to beat our butter, and be sure to use room temperature butter. That's what's going to create that nice fluffy frosting. And now we're going to add our powdered sugar a little bit at a time. Now, a classic kitchen prank is when your friend's mixing, you add a ton of powdered sugar, it gets all over them. It's kind of funny, but I don't want to do that today. And then we're just going to mix this on a medium speed. In between adding your sugar, you want to scrape the sides so that everything is getting incorporated. And when we do this, we just want to do a little bit at a time so that it gets incorporated evenly and so the ingredients don't go everywhere. And then I'm going to slowly add our maple syrup. All right. This frosting looks great, but it's just a little thick. Now, a way to make this lighter and fluffier is to add a little bit of milk. So add a little bit of milk, 1 tablespoon at a time, but be sure not to overdo it because you don't want it to be too runny. This looks just about right. Now it's time to frost the cupcakes. And what I like to do is fill my frosting into a piping bag. This is really gonna give it that beautiful baker's look because it makes it more controlled and you can create that beautiful swirl. At home, if you want to create the same look but you don't have a piping bag, you can simply use a freezer Ziploc bag, snip the corner, and then you're good to go. But it also looks just as cool and rustic if you just use a spatula. And I'm gonna get all my frosting to the very bottom. Get out those air bubbles. All right, so I've allowed my cupcakes to cool and now I'm just gonna frost them with that maple buttercream. Gosh, look how good these look. I mean, that's what it takes. Just adding that piping bag just makes these look that much more adorable. All right, now the finishing touch, that candied bacon I promised you. You have the maple cupcake, the rich, creamy buttercream, and then that crispy candied bacon. Ah, look how delicious these look. And I love how every single one is different. You get that perfect bite of sweet and savory. Well, if you liked what you saw and you want more of it, be sure to watch Just Add Sugar and subscribe to Popsugar Girls Guide, where I will be sharing with you more of my latest and greatest delicious desserts just like this. Thanks for watching. I'm Brandi. See you next time.